You read that right. Epic scale miniatures, terrain, dice rolls, and full on wargaming, all packed inside a box the size of a laptop. Let's dive right into it. Hello, everyone. Welcome to NS Miniverse. Today, we are looking at Travel Battle by Perry Miniatures. I stumbled across this little gem while perusing the wide web and immediately thought, is it really possible to have full scale wargaming on the go? Well, there's only one way to find out. Let's open it up and let's see what's inside this box. So, cracking this thing open, we have two full armies in epic 8mm scale, both blue and red forces, each with infantry, cavalry, and artillery. The level of detail here is surprisingly sharp for something so small. Each set of miniatures also comes with their own engraved bases that help fit these miniatures very neatly into their terrain squares. Next, we have a tidy little rulebook. The rules for this game are intentionally streamlined, easy to learn, but with just enough tactical depth to scratch that wargaming itch. We're talking a couple pages here. We then have a couple force-top terrain pieces before jumping into what I think is the piece de resistance for this game, the terrain boards. They're molded in hard plastic with an impressive amount of detail. Rolling hills, winding roads, little villages, fields, they're all sculpted right in. But what really makes them shine is that they are modular. Each board can be flipped, rotated, or rearranged to create different battlefields every time you play, and that adds a ton of replayability for me. We also have a couple dice and some terrain building pieces. Now, as a wargamer, I feel like I'd be doing a disservice if I didn't show this game the true due diligence it deserves, so it's time for a painting montage. Now, that may have seemed pretty quick on a montage, but trust me, it took way longer than I thought it would. There's a surprising amount of detail hidden in these figures, and I really wanted to bring them all out with the paint. Anyway, let's go ahead and get these guys off the sprues and onto some bases. I also went ahead and slapped the buildings together. Okay. On the board, I went ahead and did some simple paints on the roads, fields, and forest tops to get something like this. I gotta say, this may actually be one of the most complete terrain boards I own now. I'm really happy with how this turned out. The terrain, the armies, everything just fits together so nicely on this board. It almost makes you forget you can actually play the game. Oh yeah, Travel Battle is a classic red versus blue wargame. Each army is made up of heavy and light infantry, light and heavy cavalry, and the two most important types, brigadiers and artillery. Each player commands 3 brigadiers, and it's up to you to decide how large or small you want each brigade in your army to be. Once organized, players choose their game boards and then take turns positioning their troops. Let the game begin. Units can only move and fight as part of a brigade, meaning they must be connected in some way to the brigadier. If a unit becomes separated from its brigadier, it's considered out of command and it can't move until it's wrangled back. Movement is grid-based and straightforward. Infantry moves 1, cavalry can move 2, roads double your movement if you start and end on one, and infantry can also even move into wooded areas to take cover. Combat in Travel Battle is refreshingly quick. Both players roll simultaneously, a tie as well, a roll that's one higher pushes the losing model or line of models back one space, A roll that's 2 or higher sends that model retreating to the nearest board edge, where it'll have to rally before returning, and a roll that's 3 higher, that model is eliminated entirely. Open ground infantry units can even combine on the same square, forming a stronger line that packs more punch but also has more risk. Artillery is important because it's the only unit in travel battle that can shoot. Artillery has a range of 6 squares, including diagonally, and if it's placed on a hill, it can even fire over other units. However, cover does give a -1 modifier to artillery rolls. Both players continue alternating turns, moving, fighting, and firing back and forth across the battlefield, and that keeps going until one player loses 2 brigadiers. At that point, it's game over. And that's really it. Travel Battle is deceptively simple, but it packs a surprising amount of depth into a compact, easy to use format. It plays relatively fast, but still has that classic wargame vibe. What do you guys think? I've had an absolute blast playing this one, and if you want to see more of it, let me know. Until next time, bye bye now.